Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's Sunday. It's the big one. It's match day, and we are live here this afternoon. Looking forward to the massive game that's ahead of us. And yeah, what can I say? It's massive. It's come early in the season, people, but today's game is absolutely huge. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to everyone that's in the chat today. I've got a debutant today joining us for a chat. The Arsenal Pulse is going to be joining us very shortly. But big up to Warren King. Jam Boy, as always, is in the chat. Kawaji. We're just going to big up everyone. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't joined or subbed yet, please make sure you sub and smash your like to the channel because it does help. We're on the road to 2K, guys. So if we can get to 2K in and around Christmas time, I'll be more than happy. So if you haven't subbed, make sure you do. Lenny Moon, welcome, my friend. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. And Aaron Talks Arsenal. How we doing, Aaron? Always make sure you go and sub to Aaron. Absolute legend of the stream world, my people. Absolute legend of the stream world. So, further to do, I'm going to bring to the stage. Here he is, the Arsenal Pulse. How you doing, Jamie? Yes, good. Welcome, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, good. Is everything all right? Audio, good.
Yeah. All good, perfect. All touchdown with the audio.
Beer.
Nice. Are you looking forward to the game? This is the big one, Jamie, isn't it? You know, welcome to the chat, guys. This is the big one. This is the absolute massive one. I know it's come early in the season, Jamie, but how significant do you think this is today? Do you think it's going to have a massive bearing on the outcome of the eventual champions? Or do you think it's just a little bit of like... this is what we're about. We're going to set our stall out early, and if you want to win the league, this is the standards we're setting. What's your views on it, my friend?
I think it's a massively important game. It really is. It's to play your rivals so early on in the season as well is massive. I think that makes a massive difference on this game. If we can get the 3 points on them early, it's just that momentum. I mean, the first game of the season doesn't matter who you play. You've got to get that momentum, whether it be a Liverpool in front of you, whether it be United on the first game, whether it be City. But it's so important the first game who you play to get that momentum. So I think it's important we get the points nonetheless. I think 3 points would be massive for the season. But I do think that we need to show intent. We need to beat them at Anfield. We've got to set our stall out and show them. And then, in the reverse fixture, hopefully later in the season, we'll get a better idea on what the sort of table's looking like, what the league's going to be like. And we can then, decide actually, we'll take a draw or, we need to win again. I think it's just so important. It could be a 6 pointer, this one. It really could.
Yeah, 6 pointer already already early in the season. I mean, big up to False Manager. Welcome to the community. As I said, anyone that's new to the channel today, make sure that you sub and smash your like because it does help. Win today and we have a real title race. Lose and it's the same old. Do you think if we didn't get a result today, and this is what I've been worried about, really, if we don't get a result today, do you think that's added pressure on Arteta? Because I've said it in previous streams in the week. I've kind of said that I think the emphasis is more on Arteta today than the actual team. I think this is the first big test for this manager after spending over £1 billion. And I think that this game today, the emphasis is going to be more on the manager in the dugout than what it is actually on the team. I think they'll be looking very closely on team selection, which we'll get into later on. And predictions and everything, but I really do think this is more of a massive day for the manager of Arsenal Football Club than it is the players. What do you reckon, Jamie? Win or lose? I just feel that the pressure's on him.
Yeah, I think if we were to lose, it's the way in which we lose. I think I've said that a few times when we've spoken before. Like it's the way we lose. If we take the game to them, and the football gods don't want us to win, and we've done all we can, I think that reflects differently. I think if we get completely turned over today, I think that's a completely different story. I think it's the way, if we were to lose, it's the way in which we lose. Was the team selection correct at the beginning? Were we playing the right kind of football? Was it just bad luck that happens? Look at the game yesterday with Fulham, that bad. If something ridiculous happens like that, then you can step back and look at it from a different angle. But I think just in general, I think that if we lose poorly, it does put pressure on him. I think because we need to beat your rivals. You need to get, I've said minimum 4 points against off your rivals in the season. You've got to beat them once, and a draw fine. You can't be dropping 3 points today. I think it will really show intent. I think it will shut a lot of the critics up. I think it will shut a lot of the pundits up that are writing us off if we win. But if we're to lose, well, then it goes back to the manager, the selection, you know, with the money that they've had, the money that he's been having. How many more times can we rinse and repeat this? Going to Anfield, losing, getting turned over against teams where, you know, we need to show intent. I don't know. I think if it was to lose, how we lose it is the biggest factor, I think, today.
No, facts, mate. I mean, you're talking facts there. I think it is the manner. And I've said this before. If we go there, be brave, attack. Their keeper's made some really good saves. You know, perhaps we've hit the post. We've had a few little chances and stuff like that. Endless corners, and we've really got them on the back foot, and we come out of there with nothing. I can kind of think, well, okay, I'm looking more at the performance rather than the result. Yeah, the result's going to hurt, but at the end of the day, you can see a positive. I think if we come out of there with a whimper, like we've done in the past, you know, if we've not really played well when we've lost, that to me would be more damaging than actually playing well and losing if we're going to come away with nothing. But I think we're going to come away with a draw, and leads me nicely on really to what we've got here. Obviously, Liverpool and Arsenal predicted started lineups. We know all about Saka. It's another hamstring injury, I mean, Arnie's sides opened the campaign up with back-to-back wins, entertaining games against Bournemouth and Newcastle, winning 4-2 and 3-2. Again, looking at them results, they do leak goals. They definitely do leak goals. And Konate hasn't really been on it this season so far. I know it's only early days, but the problem is with what I find with Liverpool, and I remember Newcastle years ago, I think under Kevin Keegan. And I remember going back even further to the Spurs Aussie RD list days. You know, you score 3, we'll score 4. You score 2, we'll score 3. You know, so Liverpool's got that in their locker, haven't they? That if they concede goals, they're always going to have it that they can score goals. What's your opinion on their defence so far, Jamie? Because this guy here, McAllister, apparently he's meant to be back in the starting lineup. And I think he's key for Liverpool Football Club going forward if they're going to stop that kind of goals leaking. For me, this guy is one of the best midfielders in the Premiership. I was gutted Arsenal didn't go for him. How do you think they're going to set up today? Because it looks like this guy could be in the team, and that's going to be vital for Liverpool.
Yeah, I think with the injury to Frimpong at the back, I think it'll be a similar to when they played Newcastle last game. I think having McAllister back will be massive for them. I think he, unfortunately, is going to be the key to them maybe leaking less goals when now he's back. I think Liverpool have got goals in them. Newcastle showed that last week, that if you get at them and you bring the game to them, they can leak goals. And I think that's what we need to exploit. And I think we need to come out strong. We need to get at them. I think, I mean, look, they've got a good defence, but they're prone to leaking some goals. And I think we need to exploit that a bit. I think today, if we don't, we're not going to score. We need to sort of get at them. I think I know we've not spoke about the Arsenal starting lineup, but I think, you know, if the team selection's right, that will help their cause massively going into this one, I think.
Yeah, no, exactly. But if you look at their injuries, they've got Jerome Frimpong, hamstring. He's due back sometime next month on the 9th. And McAllister looks like he's going to return today or play some sort of role today. I think he's vital for them. We're not going to go up too much on them, obviously, but obviously it's a preview show and we're playing Liverpool. And, it'd be wrong for me not to sort of have a little look at Liverpool, the way they're going to approach things. They're at home, so the emphasis is on them. It's their, they're going to have a massive crowd today behind them. And it says, little quote from Arnie Snott, I think the positive is that Conor Bradley only had 1 or 2 training sessions before the Newcastle game. He has trained this week, the whole week. not whole week, and there are still 2 days to go. So he's looking at Connor Bradley coming in as well, along with McAllister. Connor Bradley was a little, what he's saying from there is Connor Bradley was a little bit kind of, not match ready, but now he feels that he is match ready. So, Liverpool's going to be strong today, as we know. This guy's scoring goals for fun at the moment. We need to get Gyökeres back on it as well. But Liverpool's predicted lineup today: Alisson, Bradley, Konate, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Gravenberch, McAllister, Salah, Wirtz, Gakpo, Etitike. Jamie, there's four names in there, my friend. We've just mentioned McAllister's key for them. Whether he's fully match fit, we don't know. There's 4 names in there, my friend: Salah, Wirtz, Gakpo, and Etitike. I think that's a similar lineup to when they had when they had their force up front a few seasons ago. So how are we going to cope with that? Because it's the left back that worries me at Arsenal, my friend. It's the left back that worries me at Arsenal. What are you saying, brother?
I think, there's massive names there. STK's kicked off scoring. He's on the score sheet, good and proper already. Really good preseason with Liverpool. Salah's Salah, and he always shows up against Arsenal. So no doubt he'll probably get a goal or a penalty today. Just how he operates against us, doesn't he? We've mentioned McAllister. I think Wirtz, I think he needs a bit more time to adapt into the Premier League and the style of play and the physicality of it all. I think before he really sort of comes good for them. But I mean, on paper that's a really strong lineup, and I think left back is a question mark sometimes. I think with us, Calafiori's in and out fitness is a concern, injury concern. Is it right that you just keep putting Skelly in there? Just because I think we need to sort of be a bit more careful with Skelly and maybe not expose him too much too early. I think that can be a massive problem for players in their career early on. I think our new signing that we're looking at getting, I can't pronounce his name, from the Bundesliga, coming in on loan with obligation. I think he could shore up the left. Quite versatile.
Incapi, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. But he's versatile. He's a bit like a Ben White.
Well, that's in the sense that versatile.
He can play centre back. He can play left back.
Yeah.
I don't think he's as gung ho going forward, maybe as Calafiori or Skelly is, and inverting too much. I think he's a bit more of a Ben White, a bit more of a cautious approach, and more about the link-up play. So hopefully that might be good, especially if we're playing players like Eze. If Eze goes out on the left and he cuts in, it does leave that exposed when you've got your whole left side basically cutting in and inverting. You've got nothing there for the counter. So I think more of a Ben White maybe sort of character there might shore up that left a bit more, being a bit more cautious in going forward, linking up the play rather than inverting coming into midfield like Calafiori does. I think he might make up for some of that ground we need in the left back position, but he's not here yet. So we've got to play. I can see him starting Calafiori today at left back, to be fair. I think he'll start Calafiori, but we'll get onto it in a minute. There's their injury suspensions player. Well, Martin Odegaard, apparently he's up for selection today. Whether he's going to be fully fit, apparently he hasn't trained very much. See, the problem I've got, right, is Odegaard's off form anyway. This captain has not produced now at all. He's not really produced much this season in the few games that I've seen him. He's not really produced last season. And if he's going into Anfield with a must-win game early on in this season, you need fully fit. You can't afford to have players going into games 6 out of 10, 5 out of 10 settings. You've got to have them fully fit and bang on it. Eze, for me, or Nwaneri in the 10, that's where I would go. If he's going to play Nwaneri in the 10, I'd put Eze on the left. If he's going to go Eze in the 10, I'd probably start with Martinelli on the left, because there was one of the comments earlier, and I totally agree. He's going to get in behind. His pace may be able to get in behind, and he's going to do the defensive role as well. So for me, I wouldn't play Odegaard. I'd probably have him on the bench. And that's where I would go. I would probably look towards Nwaneri or Eze starting in the 10 and Martinelli on the left. But we'll get into it. Big up the chat. Make sure that you sub and like. We've got Jam Boy in. Look, Jam Boy's setting up already. Need a 4-2-3-1. Yeah,
100%. We're all going to agree. It's going to be close, my friend. Kawaji's in the building. Big up, Kawaji. You well, my friend. And yeah, we're all in. Aces is in. It's an elite chat, guys. Big up to everyone. Thank you for joining the huddle. We're all huddling together and we're just previewing the match today, guys. We're just going through, only a couple of hours to go now. Exciting. But there's your injury. Bukayo Saka, hamstring. Surprise, surprise there. No surprises for me. He's going to be in and out. I'm just worried it's another Jack Wilshere kind of thing for me. Gabriel Jesus, well, we know he's been out for long enough. Kai Havertz's knee predicted November, 22nd of November. I think these are potential return dates, not actually fully fit to play. These are return dates that when they start training and getting back to kind of doing the sprints and doing all the donkey work, this ain't necessarily, match fitness. Christian Odegaard's been out and Ben White. Ben White's been out as well. So, yeah, it's a tough one. Unless we have our overlapping, then there's no point doing a double pivot. Probably not. We need to overlap. We need to get in behind their defence. They've shown weaknesses. He's not very good at covering at the moment. It ain't going to work. Odegaard is a must. Is most useless Arsenal I've ever seen. He lacks creativity, extremely predictable, never shows up when needed in big games. Mateta, honestly, you got a big point now, and he certainly hasn't these last couple of seasons. However, we need Odegaard back to where he was in that 22-23 season. I think he's reached his ceiling, my friend. There's certain players that reach their levels and don't go any higher. I think what we saw of Odegaard is his best. And some players are like that. Some players just reach that level and don't go any further. And I think Odegaard's reached his level. I'm not saying he's a terrible player or a bad player. I just feel that he's reached his level. Right, let's go on. Arteta drops team news update. Bukayo Saka is doing better, but he will be out for a few weeks. Unfortunately, no surgery. It's not as bad as the previous one. Oh, that's happy, isn't it? It's not as bad as the previous one, but he's picked up another one and we've only played 2 games. So this is what we're looking at. It's not as bad as the previous one. It's all right. He don't need surgery, but he's still got a hamstring injury. Unfortunate pickup because it was on the other side. It's an action that requires full power from him. He clashes with the opponent and this change. He will be out for a couple of weeks. We don't know if Odegaard will be available. I don't think he will. He hasn't trained yet.
He travelled.
He
travelled with the squad.
What do you reckon, Jamie? Do you think Odegaard's going to start?
I don't want him to start. If that's what. I think he's travelled with a squad today. There's pictures of him getting on the team bus, so he's travelled. So you'd think that if he's travelled, I don't think he'd have brought him along for morale. I think if he's travelled, he's intending to either play him or put him on the bench. We've not done the predicted lineup or whatever, but I'd like to see him bench. I think Eze needs to run out today. I think Eze needs a game, make his mark early. I think this is a good forum for him to do that against a big club, big game at Anfield. You can see, I don't know how much of the sort of welcome to Arsenal stuff you watched of Eze and stuff, and you can tell he really wants to be here and he's really sort of passionate about the club. Even when he was playing for other clubs, I think this is sort of stage for him to really sort of, put his stake in the ground today and sort of really show what he can do for us. I don't think he'll do that if he puts him out on the left. I think he needs to be through the middle with Odegaard's injury. I think don't rush him back, give Eze a shot today. And I think that might be a shrewd move.
Yeah, no, facts. I think Eze's more dangerous in the 10. Yeah. And I've got slated that saying Eze's not a left winger. Perhaps I've got it a little bit wrong. Perhaps he is a left winger. What I'm trying to say, I don't think he's as effective on the left. I think he's more effective when he's playing a more central role. I'm not saying that you can't play him on the wing. You can play him on the wing. I just don't want to see him on the wing personally. Jamboy Calafiori worries me more defensively. He does. He does worry me. It all worries me, that left back, and I keep stressing it. We had an out-and-out left back, and we let him go. It's one position we've never quite filled. Let's hope that the new signings coming in, we can get something out of them from the left back. But that worries me big time. Worries me. Eze 18 gives us creativity we so desperately need. 100%. 100%. I mean, I'd like to think we can play Eze and Odegaard in the same team. Let them roam. But, perhaps switch Odegaard up. Don't know, but getting them both at some point, I'm not saying start, but at some point it would be nice to bring on, and wouldn't it, second half and have Odegaard and Eze in the same team. Can you imagine the creativity like you're going to cause then? Defences are tiring, centre halves are getting pulled all over the place, and you've got Odegaard and Eze buzzing around, and you've got Gyökeres making runs in behind. For me, that's quite dangerous. But we'll have to wait and see. Calafiori's good at left centre back and going forward, but left back, not sure defensively. Yeah, I'm in agreement with you, Jamboy, on that one a little bit. He still don't know when Havertz is going to be back. I think Havertz is going to be long. This guy here, let me think, Victor Gyökeres. This is a massive day out for him in a couple of hours' time, isn't it, Jamie? I mean, we need this. If this guy bags at Anfield, the confidence that's going to give him. I mean, come on, if this guy gets a goal at Anfield, we need him to perform, don't we?
Massive, yeah, we do. We need a good performance from him today. Again, I think he done well against Leeds. I think that goal he created on his own, I think that he may not have scored a hat-trick. He might have got a penalty for his second goal. But I think that individual goal that he got, I think that's really good, because I think it gives you confidence, because he created that himself. And I think himself personally, creating that chance himself, scoring that chance himself, it wasn't scrappy. That was a great goal. I think that has given him a lot of confidence, and hopefully he keeps that going today. And even if he gets a scrappy goal, even if it is another penalty, like, he needs to keep that momentum, get that sort of big goal against a big club at Anfield would be insane today for him and for the club. I think these strikers, they thrive off scoring, don't they? The more they're scoring, the more confident they are, and they just grow. We need that from him today. I think he needs to turn up, and that's why I feel like Eze behind him today is going to do better than a potentially 80-90% fit Odegaard. I think that's what we want.
Yeah, no, 100%. Big up, Rob Yell. Yeah, all well, my friend. Looking forward to it. Really excited for today. This is the big one for me. There's two fixtures in the season that I look forward to, and that's Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United. Old school, my friend, old school. You know, proper teams battling it out. It's a massive one today. This is huge today, guys. This is absolutely huge. Jamboy, Salah versus Carey will mean Gabriel will have to move closer to help out Salah. Facts. We'll beat him with the pace easily, thus leaving holes in central defence. No, I'm facts, Jamboy. And you know what? My eyes are going to be on Gabriel today when I'm watching it today, because this guy's come back from a grade 3 hamstring. Again, he's going to have to do a lot of He's going to have to do a lot of short sprints to get the cover on. I'm going to be watching him closely. I hope he don't go down with a hamstring or a, I'm just praying that he's okay, to be honest, because he's going to be severely tested. Arsenal predicted Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Zubimendi, Rice, Madueke, Odegaard, Eze, Gyökeres. I can't see Madueke, Odegaard and Eze playing in the same team. I think that prediction's a little bit out, Jamie. What are you going to go with? For me, I'm going to go with the back four. I'm going to go with Raya, Timber, because obviously we ain't got Ben White, which again is a worry, because if Timber goes down, who's our cover right back? No Thomas Partey, people. Zubimendi playing right back? We'll have to wait and see. No cover on the right. Although he can bring on, I suppose, he's got Mosquera. I don't know whether he can play on the right very well. I know he's more left-sided. Well, to me, again, it's a worry. We've got two fullback positions that haven't really got adequate cover. I think he's going to go with Zubimendi Rice. I think he'll go with Madueke on the right. I've said that from day one. I think he'll go Nwaneri in the 10, and I think he'll go Eze on the left. That's what I think he will line up with. That's not what I would line up with. So I'm going Eze on the left. I'm going Madueke on the right. And I'm going Nwaneri in the 10. What are you going, Jamie? What would be your predicted lineup?
I think the keeper and back four is, I think, as it's going to be. I mean, would I like to see Skelly instead of Calafiori in this game? I don't know. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think.
Do you think Skelly's a bit vulnerable though? Because he he's tackling, isn't it? He does give away some free kicks, and it's not his fault because it's not his position. But Skelly worries me defensively when he's under pressure.
Yeah, I think. I mean, he done so well for us in the Champions League in last season. I think he doesn't go as attacking as Calafiori. So maybe it depends. Do you know what? I don't know. I mean, if that's the back four, I think that's how it's going to be. If I'm honest with you, I think he will start Calafiori. I don't think he'll change the back four and the keeper. No. I think it will be Zubimendi Rice. I'd like to see. I differ from you actually. I want to see Madueke on the right. I think he's going to go Martinelli on the left and Eze through the middle. I don't think he'll start Odegaard. I think he needs to. If we've as bad as performances have been, we know that Arteta loves Odegaard. We know that he wants to play him. We know that he wants him available every game if he can. But I think I don't think he will rush him back today. I think he'll sort of go, right, I'll keep him out this one game if it means I'm getting another stint of long-term playing of him. As much as, we sit here and say Odegaard has had a poor run of form, which he has. Clearly, Arteta's not of that thinking, is he? He will start him every game if he's fit. So I think he might keep him out today. I think he'll put Eze through the middle. I think he'll go Madueke and he'll go on the right, and on the left he'll go Martinelli and Gyökeres up front. I think Nwaneri will come on in the later stages of the game, potentially for Eze, because Eze's he's had a week of training. He's a professional football player. I think he should be able to do 90 minutes to Eze, but I think he'll be cautious.
Yeah, no, that's a good move. I think Madueke will start. I think Madueke will start on the right, or he could go Madueke on the left. But let's say Madueke on the right for Saka. I think that's I just feel Martinelli. I just feel Martinelli defensively would give you a little bit more cover on that left hand side, doubling up on Salah. I don't think Eze on the left will give you that defensive kind of tracking back, if you like. So I'd rather see Eze in the 10. But it's going to be an interesting one. And for me, I think team selection today will tell you everything you need to know about the intention Arsenal have of winning this match. If he keeps it safe, then you're looking at a draw and we're trying to nick on something on the counter. Because he done it against City, didn't he? City away when the Trossard got sent off. We set up very, very defensively and tried to sort of hit them on the counter, didn't we? Or tried to pick up scraps from the counter in transition. And I just feel that he's going to go the same way today.
We did that a bit against Man United, didn't we, in the first game?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't free flowing attacking. It was like, again, seeing what we can, get them on the counter, picking up loose ball, trying to get on the break counter. And, we got a goal from a set piece, but, we was talking and we were saying, like, apart from that, it wasn't much to write home about from that game, but we got the result. If he does go that way and we get the result from it, I think the result is the important thing, because I think we played a lot better against Leeds in a lesser team. So I think if we can grind these results out from these teams, that's what we're missing. We still go to these big places, these big stadiums, against the big clubs, and we fall short. For some weird reason, Spurs can get wins against Man City at the Etihad every season, and we're celebrating like we won the league when we got one. That's what we were slated for. So I don't know. I think it's these big games like Liverpool away, Man United away, City away, that we need to pick up scraps. I don't really care how we win it today, if we win it. But I think the long-term effect of that will be looking at the team selection, looking at the starting, what tactics did he employ. So it's going to be a long season if we play like that every single big game. It'll be a long season.
Oh, mate, it's going to be massive if we play like that. I mean, come on, if we play like that. Martin Odegaard is likely to play fit, which means 270 grand a week duo, Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli, start on the bench. I can't believe that both are still at the football club, to be honest. I can't believe we gave Martinelli an improved contract and we haven't really got rid of Martinelli. He obviously sees Martinelli now as a kind of backup, as another option. But I mean, it's another high wages sitting on the bench, isn't it? But I suppose big clubs have got big players sitting on the bench with big money. It's the way it is. You got to have your depth there, I suppose. But no, you fact what you said about Arsenal, Man United, the first game of the season. We didn't really come out all guns blazing, did we? We played it safe. We played it very kind of, and yeah, it was safety tactics. I just feel that if we set up like that against Liverpool and try and frustrate them, we could end up defending for very, very large periods of the game. And I think Liverpool are there for the taking. From what I've seen, how Bournemouth played against them, and from what I saw, I just think Liverpool have got goals leaking. Yeah, how we doing, Toronto Gooner? Welcome, my friend. Yeah, morning, DJB and guest. Let's get this win today. My guest is the Arsenal Pulse. He's making his debut on the big screen today. So show him some love and respect. 100% chat. Welcome to the Arsenal Pulse. And we've got Prome in. How you doing, Prome? It's been a long time, my friend. Yeah, come on then. Let's get the smash the likes up, guys. There's 44 in the building. Not huge numbers, but at the end of the day, doesn't matter. As long as you all smash a like, I'll be happy days. If you haven't subbed, make sure you sub. Riku, like the stream, people. Come on, let's go. Yes, it's going to be absolutely huge today, guys. So, little score prediction. See, I think it'll be 1-1. Personally, I think this is going to go to. I think there's going to be a draw involved. I think it'll be 1-1. I've had 2-2. I've had 3-1 Liverpool from Mims. Yeah, Mims Creamer says 3-1 Liverpool easily. I'm still saying 1-1.
I'll put 1-1.
Yeah,
I'm not going to go back on my predictor that I do every week. I said 1-1.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to change my mind. I wrote that down yesterday. I'm going to start Friday actually. I'm going to stick with it. I have to say 1-1.
Jambo's going 4-0 Liverpool. Wow, Jamboy. That I'll tell you what, you'll get good odds in the bookies for that one. 4-0. Do you know what? It's going to be one of them games, isn't it? Well, we're either going to come out and really, really turn it on and make a real mark for the season, or we could easily get blown away, which I've seen over at Anfield so many times. So many times I've seen at Anfield. And it's important that we get a result today. It really is. I'd settle for a point. Obviously, I'd love 3. But a point, bearing in mind that we've got 6 points already, a point at Anfield would be, especially this stage of the season, a point at Anfield, if we had them in March or April, then you're thinking, hang on a minute, we've got to go for the win here. But you'd take a point early on in the season, wouldn't you, Jamie? At 100%.
Yeah, you'd take a point, absolutely, like this early on. You want to keep the points, coming in. I just think that I just don't know. I'm a bit fed up every single season of these big games, and we're all here trying to predict a score, and there's always that little niggle in the back of your mind going, "I predicted 1-1, but we could get absolutely turned over." And I think that is a bit of a problem that we have. I think there's no Arsenal fan will not have that little niggle in the back of their mind going, "We're going to win today." But at the back of your head, you're thinking, "We could get absolutely trounced today. We really could." I think that we need. I don't know how we need to do it, but we need to get to a point where the City teams of years gone by, those fans would be going to big games away, knowing they're going to win it. They'll predict we're going to win 2-1 with absolute conviction. There's nothing in the back of their mind knowing that, because they was winning, ridiculously pulling results out of here, there, and everywhere. I think we're still not at that point yet. I think there's as much as progress as we've made, finishing second, whatever. I think we're still not there. I think that's one of the biggest things that annoys me every year, is that I could be speaking like this against going into, at the Etihad, Man City away. There's always that little niggle that, are we actually going to get a win, or are we going to get absolutely destroyed today? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's early doors, and I don't really take much notice of the league. I don't really take much notice of the league until Christmas. When I'm sitting down eating my lovely Christmas roast dinner, then I might have a little glance at the league and go, right, okay, come on, where are we going? Start of the new year, where are we going from here? Because it's all up and down. However, you don't want to be too far away. So we'll take a look, and draw wouldn't be bad if we beat them at home. Yeah, beating them at home as well. That's massively. First 10 minutes is crucial. Aaron, 100%, said this many, many times How many times have we sat and watched an Arsenal football match from the Emirates or from when we're sitting, and we just know within that first 10 minutes exactly how the game's going to go? I just know the way we set up. You know, if we're on the front foot in the first 10 minutes, I'm thinking, yeah, we're up for this. But if we're sitting back and Liverpool winning corners and they're getting free kicks on the edge of the box and we're losing possession in midfield, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, this is going to be a long day. This is going to be a long day, 100%. Make sure you sub into Aaron Talks Arsenal, absolute real one. So is Shane Gooner. You know the channels to follow, people. You know the channels to follow. If Liverpool score in the first 5 minutes, going to be a long day. Aces, yeah, 100%. First goal could win it for me. First goal could win it for me, 100%. DJB, I'm a Muslim. Can I have Xmas roast dinner too? You can have Xmas. Anyone can have an Xmas roast dinner. You don't need it. Doesn't matter what religion you are, mate, my friend. And the Lynch is in. How we doing, the Lynch? Come on, you Gunners. This is massive. Lynch. Lynch, I couldn't sleep last night, my friend. I could not sleep last night. This is how it gets me. I'm up like a little boy at Christmas, jumping around. This is a big game, Lynch. This is a big game. We ain't talking Arsenal Southampton today, my friend. We're talking Arsenal Liverpool. This is massive. Doesn't matter whether it comes first game of the season, second game. Yeah. Big up to you, Lynch, my friend. Problem is, DJB, is that a positive result today will mean Top Gooners will gas this up as a title decider. Listen, they will gas everything up as a title decider. We will see at the end of the season whether it brings us the title or not. But what you don't want to be doing is getting steamrolled, because you need to put a marker down, guys. Whatever the result, whether it's a draw or a win, you need a good performance. I think the performance today is just as crucial as the result. I think the way we play today is just as crucial. And I'll be watching Arteta and I'll be watching certain players without the ball. When I'm watching that today, I'll be watching Zubimendi without the ball. They're the sort of players I want to see turn up today. Facts, we can't concede that silly early goal. Couldn't sleep 100. Big up, Lynch. Yeah, we know why you couldn't sleep, Lynch, but I couldn't sleep because of the football, my friend. I think Gyökeres and Van Dijk, that's going to be a massive clash. That's going to be a massive clash. Let's have a look at the league table. Now, I know it's early days, but Chelsea are up there. And I said Chelsea could sneak in the top four as the dark horses. I think Chelsea are going to be quite strong this season. Look at that win today, guys. If we win today, we go 9 points. We go 3 clear of Liverpool going into the international break. And I think that is absolutely key, because then if we beat Forest at home, before we go into the Man City game, and then we've got Newcastle away, I think getting 3 points today would be key. Looking at that league table, Jamie, just goes to show, even early in the season, how important that win would be. And if Liverpool obviously win, look where they go, my friend. What are you saying?
Well, we said before the season kicked off, when the fixtures come out, that we haven't got a favourable set of first 5-6 fixtures. Having to play Man United, Liverpool, and City. That's 3 difficult games. We said that if we can come out relatively unscathed from that run of fixtures, and we're sort of up there, then I think we would take that. And I think, a point would keep us up there in contention. I think if we lose today, all it does is just put more pressure on the Man City game. That makes the Man City game a must-win game. If we win today and we play Man City, you could go, right, well, we beat Leeds, we beat Man United, we beat Liverpool, beat Forest. You take a point then against City. If we don't win today, I think it flips that. It goes, right, we need to get 3 points with City because Liverpool got 3 on us going into the national. Do you know what I mean? It completely flips that narrative. And I think it's really important that the league table now is all over the shop. Like you've got.
Oh, yeah. We can't.
I think it's more about looking at the impact it can have on subsequent fixtures going forward in the not too distant future. Because you could say, you could look back at the season where we lost it by a few points. If only we'd have won that game in the 4th game of the season, there's no point doing that. I think what we need to do is if we don't win today, it just puts pressure on the Man City game because we're expected to beat Forest at home. I don't want to think for a second that we're not going to. I think it then impacts the Man City game. If we win today, I think it takes the pressure off the City game after that run of difficult fixtures. You don't mind. You don't mind with an international break. God knows what injuries we're going to pick up, and I think that's what makes this game more important. Because if we pick up injuries at international break even more, we've then lost this game today. We're going into that City game maybe even more depleted. Needing a win to come out this run of fixtures relatively unscathed in contention. I think that's the way I'm seeing it. To be fair with you.
Yeah, no, facts. That international break, we don't want any more injuries, and we've touched on it. You know, it's the fallback positions. We can't afford to have Timber injured. We can't afford any more injuries now. We've picked up too many, as we saw earlier on. We've picked up too many early doors again. You know, the decisions at Chelsea Fulham games were outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. I know there was a stamp on the toe, but what you've got to remember is what the intention was, and he's turned his players. He had no idea where his foot was being planted. He didn't deliberately bring his foot down and stamp on his toe. That was just in with the movement. And sometimes when you're twisting and turning, you're trying to just keep your balance. You ain't going to have a clue where you're planting your foot. That was outrageous, and Chelsea gets away with it. And this is what worries with me. This is what's worrying me at the moment, Jamie. You know, there's decisions going on in all these football matches, and we still haven't got this VAR sorted out. And this is what could happen today, couldn't it? It could. Yeah. It you know, one bad decision could completely change the narrative of this game, couldn't it?
Yeah, we see it like this. Yeah, I mean, there's already a couple of decisions over the weekend. I can't remember exactly every one, but the massive one was this Fulham goal. That could have completely changed the game if that had stood.
Oh yeah,
and I think 100%. It wasn't like he was on the edge of the box, turned his player, got the shot off and scored. He had a lot to do. There was still time between that incident when he scored. And I think that's the annoying thing. I mean, that's what annoyed people more is that it wasn't even like he twisted the guy, like he'd spun the guy and then shot and scored. It was like he had to carry the ball. There was a lot to do. They had other opportunities to stop him scoring before the goal. I think that's the problem. That annoys me with VAR is how far back they go in the phases. It's like, you could go, I don't know. It's just, who knows? Anything can happen.
And do you know what's really annoying me with VAR is that the referee gives a decision on field how he sees it. And then the VAR start twiddling in his earpiece and then suddenly brainwashes him to change his mind.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be lovely for a referee to just come out and go, no, I'm just sticking with my decision?
But they won't do that.
But it's as if VAR are officiating. Why do we need a referee? Why don't we just let VAR with cameras on the field? Just honestly, like this cyber stuff. Do you know what I mean? We there's no point having a referee. Because whatever decision the referee makes, VAR changes his mind. That one, a penalty at Old Trafford, the state of the officiating is scary bad. Lynch, I've looked at that. I've looked at it many, many times. And he did pull his shirt. And in the laws of the game, you can't be pulling shirts. However, you see shirts being pulled all the time, jockeying at corners, long throw-ins, etc., etc., etc. You see it all the time and it ain't given. I just think what it comes down to, guys, and we're all fans of football, I think it comes down to that word consistency. That's all we want, isn't it? We just want consistency. So if you see a shirt pull and there's a penalty given for it, the next game when you see it, you want a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's what you want.
What's really annoying me is that you'll see that as a penalty for shirt pulling. The Man United game, for instance, pulling his shirt, penalty, fair enough. Games today, you'll see similar incidents where the shirt's being pulled and it won't be given.
No.
And this is what annoys me. It's the consistency more than anything. It's so annoying. And I'm not just saying it for an Arsenal fan. I just want consistency. You know, if Saliba's pulling someone's shirt in the box and he gives a penalty, okay, fine. Stupid thing to do. And vice versa. It's just, it's shocking, man. It's shocking. And Man United celebrating that as if they've won the league. And What was your opinion on that? That was
ridiculous, honestly. So I'm just trying to find this something to do with VAR. There's a picture from the stands of someone at the game where at the Fulham game, they took a picture of the people that write the referee reports, and that each over his shoulder, this woman took a picture of it, and you see the notes. I'm just trying to find it.
if you
I'll
get
look for
it,
in a minute.
share it, and
it was really interesting because the narrative. It was interesting to see the narrative of that. It was insane. So I will try and find it. But in terms of the Man United, they celebrate like they won the league. And do you know what? And a bit of me understands it from the players' point of view, because the players, I can understand why they did, like why Bruno literally celebrated like literally they've won the Champions League, because I think there was so much pressure on them from the fans, from everyone, the media, neutral fans, rival fans, for them to get a win after being dumped out of the cup. So I think there's a massive thing, but the fans reacting like that, I think they should be more relieved, not celebrating like on the league. Amorim was just strange on his sideline kind of behaviour. It was very just almost like removed, just sat on the bench.
But haven't we been guilty of that in the past, though, Jamie? I mean, I remember when we went to Molineux and we nicked a little win, and the win against Luton when Declan Rice scored that header, didn't we? I mean, I think the pressure's on these big clubs so much that if Man United had gone down there or drew that game, I mean, especially after going out against Barnsley. So, in a way, I can understand the reasons why they're celebrated, because they lost in midweek, didn't they? And they've taken a lot of stick from that. I don't think Man United's going to pull up any trees. I'm quite surprised how bad they are, really. Again, they just don't look like they've improved, do they? On the other end, look at Spurs. I mean, how can you go to Man City and win 2-0 and then play like that at home? And apparently they only had about 3 shots. I mean, what went on there with Spurs? I mean, that was just a joke, wasn't it? How can you go to City and perform like that, and then a week later, turn out like that? It's crazy.
I mean, look, I mean, we all get. I always get satisfaction on seeing Spurs get absolutely.
100%.
But it's just strange, isn't it? I mean, normal service has resumed, doesn't it? But I think the problem is, I mean, that was crazy. But this is the thing. I don't want to say too much about the Spurs result and how they played, because we just as easily could go to Anfield in a couple of hours and do that. Exactly. I'm not going to tempt fate.
Let's keep it real.
I'll say that after the game, whatever the result is, then I'll say how bad Tottenham did, having one shot on target in 60 odd minutes. Fine, but I mean, we can just as easily do the same today. So exactly. I always like to speak after. I think is the best thing when it comes to taking the piss out of Spurs.
Yeah, exactly. Lou, man, you can smash a like and sub, and I'll no worries at all. Want Liverpool not to win, but Arsenal fan base will be intolerable. Mate, the fan base will be 100% intolerable. 100%. It will go absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. It'll be a big win. Absolute big win. Guys, there's 51 in the building. I want to thank every single one of you. Smash a little like on it. It will help the channel. If you haven't subbed to the channel, it doesn't cost anything. A little sub and a little smash the like would help the channel massively. I can't stand Bruno. No, I can't. He's such a little whinging, and he's so... Yeah, I'm with you on that, Lynch. I'm with you on that, Lynch. And getting back to your other point, the shirt pull, the initial shirt pull was outside the box. I tend to agree, but if you look at, I think his left foot, I think it might be his right foot. When his shirt was pulled, his right foot, not his whole body, but his right foot was planted inside the box. And I think that's what they go on, Lynch. I know it's harsh, mate. I know it's harsh, but I think that's what they go on.
Yeah, that's what I'm on.
Yeah, Luke James, big up DJB, big up. Make sure you're subbing, make sure you subscribe, like and subscribe. Lou, man, 100%. Welcome to the community, my friend. We're all respectable on here. No matter what team you support, you come into our community, you join the huddle, we all huddle together, and we all have a chat and speak about what's going on. Everyone's comments is totally respected. Win, lose or draw, we're all in the huddle together, my friends. We're all football fans and we're all united together. Doesn't matter what team you support and what your views are. They all know my views. They all know unless about Arteta, they know my views on Arteta. But we're not talking about Arteta today. His pinky toe was in the box, Old Trafford magic. Lynch, they go on a pinky toe on offside as well. Honestly, if you ain't cut your toenails and it's in front of that defender, mate, you're offside. This is how bad it's getting. Honestly, this is how bad it's getting. Fantasy football team. If you've not joined the fantasy league, then join the fantasy league. I'm not doing too well, people. I'm going to be real with you. I ain't doing too well. Let's put it in the chat. Let's have a look. How are we doing with the fantasy team, Jamie? How you doing? All right? All good?
What's it saying? Let's have a look. Not as good as last couple of weeks. I'll give you that. 23 points currently at the minute. Not doing too well. What's my total? I'm on 120 points. Not too bad. Yeah. I'm 20. I'm 20th in your in your league.
There's the code, guys. There's the Arsenal Huddle code for join the fantasy league. Get on it. Join the league. Don't look where DJB is. It's a marathon, not a sprint, my friend. I'm coming for you. I know Lynch is right up there on the old fantasy league, and Jamboy's doing all right as well. Drop the fantasy league. I think I don't want Salah scoring today. I just don't want him scoring today, and he loves scoring against Arsenal, doesn't he, Salah? He's one of them guys that always tends to score against Arsenal. Really annoying, really annoying. It's going to be a big crowd today. Benji, think it was a pen, but the Burnley goal should have stood. Definitely no offside. Benji, yeah, I know, mate. And a lot of these lower league, a lot of these teams down there, they seem to think it's a vendetta, and people have got things against them, don't they? They really do.
It's interesting.
I found big games today. Big games today.
I found that thing about the VAR. So basically, the only bit that's really worth it is basically a fan photograph the league officials as they audited the ref Rob Jones during Chelsea Fulham. They described the disallowed goal as a great VAR review from all.
A great VAR review from all.
That is what the picture was of the audit of the Premier League officials from that game.
Oh my God, that's crazy, man! Crazy,
yeah.
Crazy.
So you can when you read things like that, and this picture is of the person in the stands with notes and everything, so it could be an official audit. Don't know, but I mean, if that is what the consensus is amongst the refs and the VAR, that was a great VAR review from all. So there's got to be agendas. I know, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to stuff, I am quite conspiracy theorist about some of this. That some of these refs, why are most of them all from up north? Why is it not representative across the whole of England? Why is it that why is VAR not run by neutrals? Why has it got any link to PGMOL? Why is there any link? There's no need for it.
No.
They could have neutrals train them from a variety of backgrounds, data, scientists, even builders, electricians, anyone that's got a savvy brain in their head can be taught to run VAR. And it should be even international people as well, people from abroad, train them up to run VAR. All VAR is data. There's nothing. It's just literally data and
I mean,
you don't need to know the rules of the game.
VAR, though, Jamie, is the actual concept of VAR in my mind. It's good, but it's just run badly.
Yeah, it's run poorly.
It's like giving a 17-year-old, no disrespect, and I'm sure there's fantastic 17-year-old drivers out there, so I'm not labelling them all. I'm just using it as a bit of a. It's just like giving a newly qualified driver a Ferrari and saying, "Here you go." You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with the car. It's the person driving it. Do you know what I mean? It's just quite crazy.
I think the biggest problem with VAR.
I thought VAR was if it was clear and obvious that they intervene. If it's not clear and obvious, then go with the referee's onside. Go with the referee's decision. That's what you got. Referee. I mean, linesmen. I haven't got a clue what linesmen do now. What do they do?
There's no need. What do they do? In case the ref misses something, they're more just a things the ref miss rather than actually enforce the offside rule now, especially with automated offsides. I think the worst thing with VAR is that it's refs that ref the games are also running VAR on different days. So one week you might be reffing a game, like today, Arsenal-Liverpool, and you might be in the VAR the next week. I think that's the issue. I think that's what a lot of people have an issue with, is that the same people reffing the games are the ones in charge of VAR, and VAR should be a completely separate entity to the referees on the pitch, because then there's no
ex-professionals in there as well, probably.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it takes away the kind of it takes that link, and it takes that conspiracy and that kind of club mentality, that sort of boys' club of refs away. That they're all northern, they're all for the most part they're all from up north. They all support probably a select few number of teams, naming no names, and they all they've all got an VAR.
You can't tell me you ain't got an interest in it. Can you imagine being in VAR, a massive Arsenal fan, and you've got like 2 games from the season, Arsenal got a chance. I'm with you. I don't think I think it should be totally independent. I think it should be a set panel, and I think you should have. I reckon some ex-professionals should have a view on it as well. But sometimes what they say is outrageous, isn't it? Prone reckons 3-1 Arsenal. DJB gut feeling. Do you know what, Prone? If that is right, I'll be absolutely over the moon. A lot of people are feeling it today that Arsenal could go there and win. This is a massive test because all the Arsenal fans, the top Arsenal fans, I don't know what top owners are, but your Arsenal fans that can't sort of can't see anything wrong in the Football Manager will turn. They're all going 3-1s, 4-0s, 3-0, and all this malarkey. I'm telling you now, if it all goes pear-shaped today, wow, these streams will be lit up. I know that. My Sunday sit-back session will light up tonight if we go there tonight and absolute perform badly and come out with nothing. I'm telling you. Jamboy, let's not forget that Howard Webb said about the corruption, big sides get the calls. Yeah. It seems that way, Lynch, doesn't it? Seems that way. I don't understand all these signings. I don't see how Arsenal can do all these signings and not sell anyone. Where's PSR? I don't know where it comes in because like Villa, Nottingham Forest, West Ham and teams like this have to worry about PSR. Yet Arsenal are signing players willy-nilly. It's a weird one for me. All I know is the amount of signings we've made this season. That's it. Don't expect any next season. That is why it's so important that we win silverware this year. It's so important why we win silverware. And it's also the reason why this manager is under so much pressure. Because this is it now. There is going to be no signings next season for Arsenal. Might have 1, 2, maybe. But this team now is set for the next 4 or 5 seasons. So if this manager does not win anything, it's goodbye, I'm afraid. Definitely goodbye.
I think we'll only get signings in if we get big players go.
Yeah.
I can't see us just dropping another 200
million. No. I mean, the likes of Saliba and all that would have to go if we need.
I think if Saliba goes to top money, then that frees up some funds. Or what we do is we do a bit like what Liverpool done, have been a bit cautious for a good few years, and then suddenly just open the checkbook this season after winning the league. But I mean, I can't see us having that trajectory. I don't think. I mean, Liverpool won the league and then made all these signings, and that's the scary thing, isn't it? They won the league with the team they had, and now look who they've added. I can't see us doing the same thing, winning the league with this team over the course of 2 or 3 years, and then suddenly going and spend another 200 million. I just can't see it.
No.
Big players will need to go to free up funds. Although I can see us spend a little bit in January. I think once.
You think so? I can't see it. I can't see it in January.
It depends how many we get out the door.
Yeah.
If we can't get the players out the door now before the transfer window shuts, then we're going to have to hang on to things like Jesus.
Vieira looks like he's going to Stuttgart, doesn't he? And West Ham are back in with him.
Yeah.
Apparently West Ham is sniffing around Fabio again. But yeah, listen, Norgard picking up Knox is a surprise. Look, his injury record at Brentford. Yeah, well, he's at Arsenal now. He's going to get injured, isn't he? It goes with the territory being at Arsenal, my friend. I think we'll win today. It all depends on personnel and formation. And in-game management as well, Jamboy. 1-1 at 1-1. Yeah. Look what Liverpool Arnie Slot done the other week. That game was dead. He makes a brave decision and brings on that teenager, and they win the game. If we're 1-1, Arteta ain't bringing on Dowman or Wanyeri. He's bringing on Marino and shutting up shop. And that's the difference. That is the difference what makes brilliant managers and okay managers. If we was 1-1 last week against Man City, he's not bringing on Dowman and Wanyeri. The only reason why he brought on Dowman and Wanyeri last week because it was safe. It was against Leeds United and we was winning the game comfortably. And that's what he's got to do.
Arteta's always been risk adverse.
Yeah. Yeah.
He doesn't like taking risks.
His outlook is how can I not lose the game, not how can I win it.
Whereas Slot last week against Newcastle took the risk and was like, do you know what? We can come out at 1 point, but actually, do you know what? I'd rather take 3. Let's throw everything at it. Put the youngster on, and it come good. I think that we don't do that enough. Arteta is very risk adverse. He'd rather take the point and move on to the next game, and in the post-match go, we got a point against a very good team, blah blah blah, and give that spiel rather than going, I tried it, it didn't work. We move on. But we had to get that goal. I'd rather have won that game. I think a lot of fans would rather come out and say that. I tried to win the game. Considering we're so early in the season as well, I think if he doesn't try and win the game today, if it is 1-1 with 15, 20 minutes to go, if he ain't throwing on attackers trying to get the game won, I think, I don't know, again, it's just not. Most of the fans will go, do you know what? I'd take you throwing everything at it and losing and dropping 1 point this early in the season than sitting back defending, bringing on Marino, shutting up shop, trying to eke out a point again, and didn't you be under the cosh for like the last 20 minutes just trying to get a point when it's so early in the season? A lot could happen. I think try and get 3 points, and that's what Slot did against Newcastle. And look, but then you're
going to have the element, and then you're going to have the pocket of fan base saying, look, come out of there with a point. Why have we risked trying to get 3? Why didn't we just shut up shop and come out of there with a point? So you can't win. It's just that I just want him to be a little bit braver. As I said, I'm looking at the performance today. Obviously the result, but I'm looking at the performance today. It is a big test. It's more about Arteta today for me than the football team. I know the players. Lynch makes a brilliant point here. We're signing central defenders and Saliba hasn't signed an extension. I think Saliba's going to see how the land lies at Christmas, Lynch. I said that Christmas 2025 is going to be massive for this football club. If we're sitting 4th, 9, 10 points off the top, and performances haven't been brilliant, I think the likes of Saliba will get his head turned in January. I really do. And next season, if we don't win anything next season, Stacker, Saliba, all these players, even Declan Rice will have their heads turned next season. You can't keep under him. This is what the manager's got to try and figure out. He knows he has to win silverware this season, not only for the fans, but to keep his best players as well. Because if we don't, then players are going out the door, pure and simple.
Yep.
They're not going to hang around and go to international duties, seeing the likes of Foden with all gold medals round his neck and all players like this, and they're sitting there winning nothing. It's not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. They're not going to go through hamstrings and surgeries and win nothing. They're going to want teams that are winning stuff. That's why this manager is crucial. If we don't win a trophy this season, Saliba is next off. Yeah, 100%, James. Big up, my friend. Big up to you, my friend. 100%. DJ boy, 100%. Little cinnamon and coffee, lads. He's the Spanish version of Southgate. Do you know what? You took the words out of my mouth, Big Caesar. I've always said he's a Southgate. That is, Arteta is Gareth Southgate. 100%. How can I not lose? How can I not lose this game rather than how can I win this game? And he will go down in certain situations. Fortune's the brave. Big up the chat. Make sure that you're subbing. Make sure that you're smashing the likes. Martin Tat, another real one. Thank you for joining us. I think we will win today. So let's get some score predictions. Come on in the chat. Get your score predictions in. Me and the Arsenal Pulse are going 1-1. Southgater. Aaron, he's Gareth Southgate all over, isn't he? Come on. Look at Southgate's in semi-finals and finals. The madness in-game tactics that he has produced. Yeah, he's very, very similar, my friend. Very similar. We're going untouchables. He's going 2-2. Aaron talks Arsenal. Make sure you sub going for 2-2. There's some serious Artetas out in your stream. Yeah, 100%. Well, if he doesn't win nothing, he's got to go, hasn't he? Let's be honest. He shouldn't be here this season, if I'm being brutally honest with you. He's had his chance. Saliba's already joining Madrid in the summer. I hope not, but there you go. DJB and the guess what a lineup would you and the guess what lineup would you go for? Well, I've said it earlier on. I'm going to go Raya. I'm going to go Timber, Saliba, Gabriel. I think he'll Calafiori for me. Rice, Zubamendi. I'd play Medwake right. I'd play Eze in the 10. I'd play Martinelli on the left with Gyökeres up front. That's who I would go for. I don't think Odegaard's fully fit. You can't carry people at Anfield. Can't carry people at Anfield. If you're not fully fit, you're on the bench. Simple as that. Arteta gate. Don't think we'll lose today. I hope not. You watch now. Southgate will be replaced. The next Arsenal manager is Cesc Fabregas. Don't tell Kenny Ken, though, because he'll come and get me. The next Arsenal manager is Cesc Fabregas. But at least he's had managerial experience and he won't be learning on the job like this guy. Big up, DJB. You feeling confident today? I'm quietly confident. But, hey, listen, it's Arsenal Football Club, people, isn't it? You know, we can either turn it on or do absolute madness and have a miserable afternoon. 3 or 4-1 Liverpool Aces, massive there. Where we got James 1-1. Big up, James. Sub the like, guys. Yeah, come on, guys. If you all smash a like, and if you haven't subbed, why not? No reason for not. My prediction is a draw. What you saying, Martin? 2-2, 3-all, 1-all. I reckon 1-all. I think 1-all. Aaron talks Arsenal. Big up, my friend. We have to start Eze. Got to start Eze. 100%. Odegaard's not fully fit. He's not very good anyway. Even when he is fit, he hasn't been very good recently anyway. So we've got to start Eze. You should try and do polls also, DJB. Yeah, thing is with polls, they're a bit of a gimmick for me. Polls, I'd rather talk about it than just stick a poll on the screen, personally. Everyone does polls. But, yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. We might get some polls out in the future. He will start Odegaard today. Of course he will. He loves him, doesn't he? He loves him. He's his captain. Kenny would be fuming with a Fabbers manager. He's coming, Aaron. He's coming. He's already been tapped up, I reckon. Cesc Fabregas will be our new manager. I've got a feeling that's going to happen. I'd take Xavi as the new head coach. Yeah, well, I want Zidane. Personally, I want Zinedine Zidane. Can you imagine Zinedine Zidane in the tunnel today? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine a guy like that with all his presence and what he's won, what he stands for, and just everything about him? Can you imagine him leading that team out at Anfield today? Arne Slot, you know what I mean? What he'd be feeling. Imagine players like Gyökeres and Martinelli under Zidane, how much they would improve. Quietly confident, quickly turns 2-0 down with 10 minutes. Interesting one today. Aaron, it's going to be massive, mate. I've got my sofa ready and I've got, I'm ready to hide behind it. I've got to be honest with you. I just hope the referees and the VAR don't F it up. If the referees and VAR spoil this game today and we come out with nothing, I'll be absolutely livid. I fancy Xavi too. Yeah. 2-2 draw for me. Big up, my friend. DJB, well, yes, yeah. Well, we're going to wrap it up, guys, because there's some important games coming up. I think the West Ham and Forest is live, isn't it, on Sky Sports, Jamie?
I think they all are. I think they're all live, I believe. I think all the Sunday games now are live. Yeah, all on Sky.
Nice. Yeah, they're all gone. So I'm really interested in the West Ham game, Forest. I think it's a massive game for West Ham today. Chris Kavanagh knows how to burst a bubble. Yeah, he does, my friend. Paul Francis, welcome to the community. Lynch, we can hope. That's what we are, Lynch. We're Hope FC, my friend. You know we are. Hope FC. We hope Gyökeres scores loads of goals. We hope that this one's not injured. We hope that we can beat him in. Yeah. But anyway, guys, we've got the Arsenal sit. We've got the Sunday sit back tonight with myself. Make sure that you're tuning in round about 10:15, 10:30. You know, the Sunday sit back just to see in the new week. We're going to talk about the post-match. There'll be probably lots to talk about later on, guys. Make sure you're joining me. Make sure you smash your like, sub to the channel. Put your notification on for the Sunday sit back tonight. That would be absolutely brilliant. So, Jamie, thank you for joining us. The Arsenal Pulse, Jamie, making his debut. Big up, Jamie. Massive debut, and he done absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
He's got no channels or anything like that. But I mean, I don't know where they can follow you, Jamie.
I don't have any social media, to be honest.
No, I don't have any socials. You're right, my friend. You're better off not having them. But but you'll see the Arsenal Pulse throughout the season. Every go. Big up, Jamie from Lynch. Yeah, big up, my friend.
Cheers,
Aaron as well. Victor needs to score. Victor Gyökeres needs to score. CDH 100%. He needs a big performance as well. And if Eze does play, I need to get him. Just come on, Arsenal, please. Let's go to Anfield and upset the apple cart today, guys. Let's upset the apple cart today. So it's going to be a massive occasion, massive game. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. 100% respect to every single one of you in the chat. Make sure you sub and smash a like. Hopefully see the Arsenal Pulse on OKE throughout the season too. Yeah, he'll be around, Aaron. The Arsenal Pulse, he'll be around 100% on my channel. Yeah, he'll pop up on your channel. He don't mind being a guest on channel. So if anyone wants him on your channel, you can, 100%. Just wrote it like 100%.
Definitely, Aaron. Definitely happy to come on. As long as it ain't super unsociable hours.
No unsociable hours though, my friend. We can't be doing unsociable hours. I mean, I do on a Sunday night, but then I don't really sleep anyway, and I've got to get up in the morning anyway. But now make sure that you join me tonight, guys. It's going to light up. We're going to have lots to talk about. We'll be talking about some of the decisions on VAR, I'm sure, referee decisions. We'll be going over the games today. We'll also be featuring the post-match Arsenal v Liverpool. There'll be lots of talking points tonight. So make sure you come and join me tonight on the sit-back session, guys. Yeah? Enjoy the game. I hope you have a lovely afternoon, people. Stay safe. Enjoy the football this afternoon. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on board. Thank you very much, everyone. Make sure you smash a like and sub to the channel. I be DJB. This has been The Huddle, and we will see you all very soon later. Take care.